On May 22nd of 1991, the Muslim Brotherhood created a document outlining their plans for expansion into Western countries. In this document, they state that the process of the settlement of people is actually a civilizational jihadist process. They also state that the primary goal of the Muslim Brotherhood in North America is to destroy Western civilization from within and to sabotage its miserable house by their own hands so that Allah's religion is made victorious over all other religions. Please do go check the description for a link that you will find for a video from Brigitte Gabriel presenting these documents, which were used also in the Holy Land Foundation terrorism trials in the States. Now, my lefty friends would probably say that, yeah, but other groups also have this goal. And I would agree with you. Now, having said that, the Muslim Brotherhood appears to be gaining significant strides in the West, mainly because of the willingness of the West to submit to the primary weapon that they use, which is identity politics. In that same document, the Muslim Brotherhood names organizations or front groups, if you may, that have been tasked here in North America with seeing their project through. Now, I would love nothing more than to tell you the names of these organizations and front groups. But unfortunately, they tend to behave like packs of hyenas, and they utilize a strategy known as lawfare, which is strategic legal warfare to silence anyone who's talking about them. So if you're wondering where the roots of the current clampdown that we are experiencing in the West in general, and specifically here in Canada on free speech, you might want to check this space. For me, this is a topic for another video. Now, these packs of hyenas that utilize the strategy of lawfare, they attack people and they usually cause a significant amount of damage, and they leave the people, they inflict a significant amount of financial damage on you, as well as they smear you, along with anyone who talks about them as well as their silly religion. They smear you as defendants. Now remember, these groups have virtually unlimited resources coming in from the Middle East. This is your Gulf oil money from decades ago coming back to haunt you now. So therefore, I would highly suggest that you check out the Qatar papers for documented proof on this. My understanding is Tom Quiggin will be releasing them fairly soon. So what happens is these extremists that are here, these Muslim Brotherhood front groups, they turn the Western legal system against Westerners. And they do this across the Middle East as well, by the way. So therefore, I am going to censor beep the names of the active Muslim Brotherhood front groups as I say them out. The first one is, and by the way, these guys actually advised Obama on Middle Eastern politics. The second group is the student associations, and we have these across universities here in Canada, and universities love them. They are more ready to fire faculty staff than to get rid of these extremist organizations that they have. These organizations, be it in the United States or in Canada, are established to erode Western society, your educational system, as well as your civilization from within. Because every mosque that gets propped up is associated with a cultural center as well as an educational institution with it. They are designed to slowly infiltrate and propagate the teachings of the Muslim Brotherhood into your educational system as well as into your society. Islamists play the long game. They are not looking at converting you. They are looking at converting your children. When I was in Saudi Arabia, even though I went to a private madrasa, which is an Islamic school, a big portion of of the teachings were focused on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Both history as well as religious studies were focused on this. The bias was palpable for me from a very young age, but I dared not question the teachings or say anything, actually, or oppose them, even though I could tell that they were very one-sided. I dared not oppose it. I was taught to hate Israel and everyone Jewish. And no, I wasn't taught about the political party or the regional political disputes. I was taught to hate Jews. And now here I am in Canada, hearing the same echoes of the same ugly tune that I grew up in. Though now I fear that some of this is happening with the blessings of some in the Jewish community too, because I see leftists making excuses for this type of speech and for these teachings. Now, I don't know enough about this, but I have to say the shock of seeing politically left-leaning Jews working with and empowering Muslim Brotherhood figures has to be the most stupid thing I've seen since I've come here. It's frightening for people like me. I ran away from this, all of this, these lies, this hatred, this ugliness, because I wanted the ability to critically think and to question. So it's frightening for me to now be in Canada and to see grown adults shut off their brains for some strange reason, very similar to the Islamic teachings that I grew up in. Then there are my friends, the patriots. I'm so happy to have come to the West to see people who actually take pride in their country as well as in their culture. We need more of this to fight back and to push back against those who have been ideologically subverted. But alarmingly, I am seeing some patriots, libertarians, progressives, as well as some people on the political right who are parroting Muslim Brotherhood propaganda without question. Do you not realize how foolish you seem to the rest of us? How extremists like ISIS laugh and call you kuffar who will believe anything? I'm thinking of a popular YouTuber and a podcaster, by the way. I like her a lot. Her name is Rebecca, and she goes by the handle of Blonde in the Belly of the Beast. She's on a fantastic podcast called Beauty and the Beta with a very talented YouTuber who is Matt Christiansen. Blonde is engaging, she is very talented, and she is very charismatic. But she, like so many other content creators, flush their work down the toilet with this obsession that they have with Israel and Jewish conspiracies. The most recent comment that I remember her saying was, "What's the difference between speech and hate speech?" she asked. And then she said, "The size of their hats." She was referring to the Jews once again. Stop it, Rebecca. What are you doing? Do you not understand that this is the same BS that I was brainwashed with in an Islamic madrasa back home? So why are you helping them, considering I knew that I was being brainwashed with Muslim Brotherhood propaganda as a child. And look, I don't know many Jews myself. I know a few. And the few that I do know have openly stated to me how much they despise organizations like the ADL and the SPLC, and how they view them as communist organizations that are dedicated to gathering victim dollars. But I beg and I plead with my allies on the political right to stop empowering Islamists. Please stop fueling the leftist activists who utilize silly trolling comments to gain donations from the disengaged normies. And guess who's there to back them up and play the victim card? That's right, Islamists. I truly enjoy Matt and Blonde's talks. I do like you guys, by the way. But hearing Muslim Brotherhood propaganda come out of your mouths, the same bullshit that comes out of ISIS, that's disturbing. The Western world has one global enemy. It's not the LGBTQ people, and it is not the Jews. It's not even the progressives, by the way, though I understand the concern there. It is the Muslim Brotherhood. The Muslim Brotherhood. That is your enemy, along with their groups of cartels, phony charities, and whatever organizations that they've established in your countries. Destroy them while you still can, because now they are in your governments. Ilhan Omar is the most egregious example right now, but there are thousands of others.